Good morning, everyone. We are continuing here in the words of the CHOFETZ CHAIM and his beautiful Hagdama, the introduction, where he describes so many insightful ideas of why he wrote this Sefer CHOFETZ CHAIM and why it is that we are in jeopardy if we don't know the halachas properly, the grave errors that we're going to make, and how Hashem really bases so much of the running of the world and Klal Yisrael's bracha and their hatzlacha, their success, and a person, their own success in their own individual lives is based upon whether or not you guard your tongue from Lashon HaRa, or Chalila, a person envelops themselves in this sin. And I believe today we're going to finish the Hagdama, and he writes, Gam chibarti ala sefer zeh pesicha rucha rechava. Not only did I write a beautiful introduction over here, says the CHOFETZ CHAIM, he doesn't say beautiful introduction, he's too humble to write that, but not only did I write an introduction that has a lot of depth to it, where you understand what my purpose of the book is, but there's also what's called a psicha. There's an opening chapter, which we're going to get to next. It's very long and wide. I'm going to bring down all the different negative prohibitions and the positive commandments that a person tramples on constantly if they're not careful in the laws of Lashon HaRa. You'll see that elsewhere in Shas that it speaks about this. Perhaps HaKadosh Baruch will give that through this. Maybe even the Yetzer Hara itself will begin to tremble when he realizes that we are becoming well aware of the dangerous nature that he has done for us, about how he traps us into sin, conversations that never should have begun, and then once they got started, they were filled with Lashon HaRa. And if he sees that there's a wave of Klal Yisrael that's learning the halachas and working on it and becoming better, maybe even the Yetzer Hara of Lashon HaRa will tremble himself. It's known what is written in the Midrash. It says, if you make a lot of effort understanding certain areas of Torah, HaKadosh Baruch Hu meiser Yetzer Hara mimcha, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will remove that Yetzer Hara from you. Al ken amarti al libi, therefore says the CHOFETZ CHAIM, I said to myself, Efshar shal yedei she'anu b'sefer hazeh. It's very possible that as we delve into this sefer on Lashon HaRa, there's nothing I'm saying on my own, says the CHOFETZ CHAIM, is all based upon the words of the holy Rishonim. And if we will delve into it, then the Yetzer Hara will not be able to rule over us so much anymore in this sin. And therefore, when we begin to remove ourselves even a little bit from the sin of Lashon HaRa, over time, you become accustomed, you keep learning the halachas, you become more and more sensitive to it, you begin, the Yetzer Hara, it gets weaker and weaker and weaker. Eventually, says the CHOFETZ CHAIM, over time, you have nothing to worry about, you will end up removing the Yetzer Hara and stop doing the sin of Lashon HaRa altogether. And that's really the CHOFETZ CHAIM is speaking from his experience, as we mentioned in the beginning classes over here. The CHOFETZ CHAIM only wrote this sefer and was willing to publish it because he felt he was on a madrega, a level of shmiras halashon, guarding his tongue from speaking Lashon HaRa, where he did not speak Lashon HaRa. So he understood that if you work and you work and you work and you learn and you learn and you learn, you defeat the Yetzer Hara of Lashon HaRa and you won't say it anymore. This sin happens, generally speaking, because of the hergel, because of the habitual way in which a person speaks. However, anyone who comes to purify themselves, Hashem is going to help them. So if you want to learn how to start guarding your tongue from Lashon HaRa, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will see your pure intentions. He's going to help you. And in the merit of guarding our mouths from Lashon HaRa, learning the halachas properly, teaching it, to ourselves and to our families, to our children, to our friends, to our kehilas, to our congregations. Uval Tzion Goyal, the Redeemer will come from Tzion, from Yerushalayim, Bimheira v'Yameinu, Amen, speedily in our days. Amen, may it be HaKadosh Baruch Hu's will. So this is the end of the introduction of the CHOFETZ Chaim, his beautiful Hakdama to the Sefer CHOFETZ Chaim. We learned so much and such chizuk to understand how terrible the sin is and what we have to do to fix it and correct it and eradicate it. And in that zechus, im Yas Hashem, as we go through the Sefer together, we will be zeicha to be the generation that brings Mashiach Tzidkenu im Heira v'Yameinu. Amen. Have a wonderful day.